Hi, friends and family. I hope you're fine and that everything is going well for you. I want to talk to you now about how to prepare for challenging times ahead in regard to coronavirus or COVID-19, which is the technical name for it. I will suggest that you get yourself a nice drink and sit down comfortably, and we will discuss openly and frankly the issue regarding coronavirus or COVID-19. The World Health Organization, WHO, have declared it as pandemic. There will be two parts to this subject. Part 1 of this video will discuss the effect of coronavirus worldwide and the countries which are hit the hardest. I will outline the general outline given for COVID-19 and the steps you can take to prepare for challenging times ahead, including natural drink remedies. On part 2 of the video, we will go a little deeper and discuss openly and frankly the possible causes and origin of coronavirus. We will also discuss on part 2 the conspiracy theory concepts and the plausibility of it. I hope you watch the two videos to the end, as I have important information at the end of it. Now, UK and most of Europe is on lockdown. Schools, colleges, universities, churches, mosques, most businesses are all closed except the outlets which are regarded as essential, such as food stores, banks, pharmacies, and so on. Large public gathering is not allowed, and people must stay 2 meters or 6 feet apart from each other. Large gatherings include sports events, public transport, wedding, birthday, and so on. This total lockdown will last initially for 3 weeks and is likely to be extended after that. The latest information is that the lockdown has actually been extended for another 3 weeks. Countries which are hardest hit by coronavirus include China, Italy, Spain, France, Iran, USA, South Korea, and most of Europe. The epicenter of coronavirus has moved from Wuhan in China, where it started, to Europe. USA is predicted to be the next epicenter soon. There is mass hysteria and panic in most parts of Europe, USA, and Asia. To most onlookers, this would appear to be overblown out of all proportions, as China seemed to have stabilized the situation in the area where it started. China now sees itself as a model for the rest of the world to follow. I will comment now about the relationship between Africa and China. I am referring specifically to the incident in China where the Chinese authorities were forcefully taking African people out of their houses and hotels and dumping them on the streets without giving them alternative accommodations. All this is because Chinese authorities fear that coronavirus is making a comeback in China. Yet, China is sending medical doctors and supplies to Africa and other countries to help to eradicate coronavirus, especially in Africa. Isn't this contradictory when Africa has the lowest cases of coronavirus in the world? Some African commentators are saying that African leaders must do something about this situation, and they should lay down their terms and conditions to all countries and continents when dealing or interacting with Africa and its people. Those who are not willing to comply with the terms and conditions should be banned from dealing with Africa and its people. Luckily for Africa, due to the warm and humid weather in Africa from 26 degrees Celsius and above, which kills coronavirus, experts agree that the effect of coronavirus in Africa is not likely to be severe in comparison to other parts of the world. Indeed, there are very few reported cases and deaths connected to coronavirus in Africa, and those that are reported were taken to Africa by Asians, Europeans, and Americans. As a precautionary measure, many African and Caribbean countries are also on lockdown. The African countries currently on lockdown include South Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana and Kenya to some extent, Jamaica, Burkina Faso, and the list is continuously growing. Anti-foreigner sentiment is also starting to emerge from some parts of Africa. For example, crowds in Ethiopia were reported to have chased the Chinese and Europeans off their public transport, fearing that the foreigners are the carriers of coronavirus. Some African commentators are saying that attitudes towards the Asians, Europeans, and Americans have changed very quickly from seeing them as angels to seeing them as demons. I will give you a quick roundup of news in Africa regarding COVID-19. Ghana was the first to stop 2 Italians from entering their country. Uganda Health Minister warned that travelers to Uganda will be quarantined for 14 days at the traveler's cost. Later, 30 Chinese nationals in Uganda refused to pay for the cost of quarantine and escaped, reportedly with the help of some locals and the police officer. Later, all the 30 Chinese were recaptured and sent back to quarantine. Uganda is now discussing deportation issues with Chinese officials. Rwanda was the first African country to completely lock down their entire nation. Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta cancelled a visit to the Vatican to meet the Catholic Pope due to COVID-19. And Kenyan scientists were urged by the UN to join the global search for vaccine for coronavirus. Jamaica went into total lockdown after American nationals and other foreigners tested positive for coronavirus. 5 government ministers in Burkina Faso and the USA ambassador to the country tested positive for coronavirus. African nations banned Asians, Europeans, Americans, and all countries with 300 or more cases of coronavirus, as many Western and Asian leaders are predicting disaster of a very high magnitude ahead. In a way, the roles have reversed, and maybe the table have turned. For example, Mexican protesters blocked the USA-Mexican border over fears that sick Americans carrying coronavirus are crossing over to Mexico. And their goal is to stop this from happening. Yet, Donald Trump, the USA president, is building a wall to stop Mexicans from crossing over to America. Isn't this a big turnaround? However, bear in mind that testing positive for coronavirus is not the end of the world. Between 85 to 90% of those who tested positive are recovering from the virus. Incidentally, I got a report that Chinese medical doctors who treated Africans who contracted coronavirus in Wuhan discovered that black people's skin appear to stop or limit the spread of coronavirus. Now, this report has not been independently verified, and I don't want you to get a false sense of security. So do take all precautions and measures to avoid contracting and spreading coronavirus. Also, Chinese doctors are said to have discovered that a variety of vitamin pills such as vitamin D3, vitamin B complex, and a large amount of vitamin C is effective in combating coronavirus. There is no vaccine or cure yet for this virus, but a few countries such as China, USA, Israel, UK are reported to be testing vaccines to cure the virus. I will give you an update when I get one. People are advised to take measures to avoid catching the virus and to limit its spread. These precautionary measures include regular hand washing with soap, and do not touch your face frequently, especially your mouth, nose, and eyes. Do not sneeze on your hands. Instead, do it on a tissue or on your arms, elbow, biceps, or on your clothes. The latest guideline for coronavirus in UK is as follows. Stay at home. Only go outside for food, health reasons, or work, where this absolutely cannot be done from home. Stay 2 meters, that's 6 feet away from each other, and wash your hands as soon as you get home. You can spread the virus even if you don't have symptoms. All non-essential shops and community spaces are closed. Places that may be open include food stores, pharmacies, banks, and so on. Do not leave home if you or someone you live with has either a high temperature or a new, continuous cough. Check the National Health Service website if you have symptoms. Now, experts are predicting that many factories and industries will go out of business as a result of coronavirus, and this will greatly impact on the world economy, on jobs, and on food supply. Indeed, there have been panic buying in the UK and most Western countries, and many essential items and food are becoming very scarce. News reaching me indicates that Denmark in Europe has recently passed a law enabling forced vaccinations for the coronavirus, even though no such vaccination currently exists. Those who refuse will be treated very badly and will be fined, imprisoned, not allowed to use public transport and other social services. Commentators think that this law may be extended throughout the world. The question that comes to mind is this: is the Big Brother society, the New World Order, the Illuminati, and so on, is all this staring us straight on the face without us being aware of what's happening? I will discuss this in part 2 of the video. If you suspect that you may have coronavirus, a natural drink which could save your life is this. Slice a lemon into 3 pieces and put it in a cup. Pour warm water into it and drink this daily. You can squeeze or crush the sliced lemon if you like. Lemon is said to produce alkaline when mixed with warm water, which experts say kills the coronavirus and cancer cells. Furthermore, coronavirus is said to remain in the throat for 4 days before it reaches the lungs, and at this time the person may start to cough and have a sore throat. If the person drinks lots of water and gargle with warm water and salt or vinegar, this eliminates the virus. Another natural remedy is this. Get some pineapple peels, lime and ginger, boil this mixture and drink it. If you have contracted the virus, then also inhale the steam, which is while boiling with your head covered using a towel or cloth. If you want more information, then just leave a comment or send me an email. Many governments, especially in the Western world, are predicting large-scale infection of coronavirus in the population. So here are what you can do to prepare yourself and your family for challenging times ahead. Depending on space and availability, store nutritious food and drink that can last for as long as possible. Some items and food stuff are reportedly running out in the shops and supermarkets due to panic buying. For example, you can store a good quantity of rice, peanut butter, which is said to give your body most of the vitamins your body needs. You can store bread, bottled water, pasta, tuna, cooking oil, and so on. You can also store vitamin pills, alternative remedies, and over-the-counter medications such as paracetamols. If you have a garden which you can use to grow your own fruits and vegetables, then the better. Alternative food supply with no chemicals, no preservatives, no additives and pesticides are always best. And if you can bake your own bread and cake, the better. For electricity you can use for cooking and heating, in terms of free energy generators, there are several options, such as solar energy, wind energy, motor energy, and so on. I feel that the easiest one now is the inverter generator. It simply converts the DC car battery into AC electricity you can use in the house. And to make it last longer, you can plug it onto your car battery and have your car running. This process continuously recharges the car battery while you get electricity from the inverter. There are different sizes of inverters ranging from 100 watts or lower to 1000 watts or higher. You may need more than one car battery if you want an inverter that produces more than 1000 watts of energy. In my view, it's worth doing a little research on this. Have a good balanced diet with lots of fruits and vegetables and with little or no meat or dairy products. Have adequate physical exercise daily to keep your body, heart and mind in good condition. Above all, always have a positive outlook. Never be pessimistic. Always be optimistic. When things don't go as you planned, always realize that tomorrow is another day and that things always change and you can always start again. If you want to check for the effects of coronavirus in any country of the world, then click on the link in the description section. Okay, my people, that's it for this video. I want to thank all our Good Alternative members, especially those who send articles and contribute to debates and discussions. I will give you updates to coronavirus as I get them. If you like this video, then subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. For example, is coronavirus man-made, a natural disease caused by people eating wrong things, or is it God-sent? If you haven't yet requested for your free copy of our monthly magazine Good Alternative, then go ahead and do so immediately and I will send it to you via email or WhatsApp or Messenger. Just let me know which one you prefer. Do check out part 2 of this video. Okay, as always, look after yourself and stay safe. I will speak to you again soon and bye for now.